I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. The real reason why GloRilla's award was disrespectful to gospel singers. Let me read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Salute to my replay gang. Salute to the chat. Salute to my moderators. Drop a one. Drop a one if you feel like GloRilla winning that BET award for gospel music. Drop a one if you think that it was disrespectful to gospel singers. Drop a two if you feel like it wasn't. Y'all let me know how y'all think before I get started with this demonstration, because there are a lot of layers when it comes to her winning that award. So I'm going to be building with different folks from different communities. All right. Now, I want to start with GloRilla. Let me just start with her. Now, her winning that award, that could be a sign from God. For all those that feel like her winning that award could be a sign from God, drop a three. Drop a three. Because maybe this is God's way of getting to GloRilla. I don't know. Maybe. But I do know that people have always said God touches you, God gets your attention how he chooses to get your attention. Now, maybe with her winning this award, maybe she'll give her life over to the Lord. Maybe. And this is where I'm at, Larissa. Maybe it was God's way to get through to the youth. Remember when Kirk Franklin, and I remember when folks chopped Kirk Franklin's head off. When Kirk Franklin mixed gospel with hip hop, and in my opinion, Kirk done he done an excellent job. He done an excellent job. So, as Larissa says, maybe it was God's way to get through the youth. Maybe it's bigger than GloRilla. Maybe it don't necessarily have to do with GloRilla. Maybe it got to do with the youth. Maybe it got to do with the young folks. Jordy says maybe, just maybe. I mean, I was just about to say that. Maybe. We all were young. I was young. We all were young. We was out in the world. The majority of us was out there in the world. God touched us. God came for us. So maybe this is a divine intervention from God to get to GloRilla and get to the young people. She won the award. Jordy says the youth definitely needs God these days. She won the award. Give me a second, y'all. I'm multitasking up here. But she did win that award. Maybe she'll produce more gospel songs. Maybe she'll go deeper into the gospel music. Maybe. I will say that gospel songs, gospel music it gets overlooked. I will say that. And I can promise y'all, nobody was doing no drive-bys listening to gospel music. Nobody was on the corner selling old folks candy listening to gospel music. When people listen to gospel music, they listen to gospel music for inspiration. They listen to gospel music to keep them rooted with the Lord. Yeah, Shank, I know all of that, Shank, but you know, that music, once again, maybe her winning this award, maybe it's not about nothing but God's intervention for her as well as young folks. Maybe because some of us old folks are just as worse as these young folks. Let the church say amen. See, we got to be careful when we pass judgment on these young folks. They should be held accountable. Don't get it twisted. We all need to be held accountable, right? And I'm going to take positives because now I'm going to play devil's advocate. Positive Vibe says most of the gospel artists ain't living right either. How do y'all feel about that? And I think that's a good question because let's not get it twisted. Even though they are singing gospel music, even though they are serving the Lord, that don't mean that they not, or that don't mean that they living right. So what's the big fuss? What's all the big fuss? Because a lot of folks is angry with GloRilla winning that award. Me, I wasn't upset at all. I wasn't upset at all. In my opinion, I'm glad that she won that award. Now, her winning that award, it says a lot. And I need everybody to listen to what I'm about to say. GloRilla winning that award wasn't coincidental. It's a reason why she won that award. The reason why she won that award is the same trick that they've been using against us over and over again. The reason why she won that award, the real reason why she won that award, was to keep playing us against each other. Sure, there were many artists that could have won that award, but why GloRilla? Why GloRilla? Here comes the distractions. See how our enemies use the same tricks over and over and over again. It's nothing new under the sun. They keep playing us against each other. Every time you turn around, here comes a distraction to keep us arguing with each other, to keep us fighting with each other, to keep us hating each other. I'm going to go a little deeper. Who controls the awards? Who's behind the awards? We all know who controls these awards. And the people that control these awards don't look like me and you. They look completely different from me and you. And this is why we must own. we must own. And what I'm saying to y'all is nothing new. Folks been saying this to us. We have to own whatever it is that we are producing, whatever it is that we are creating. We have to own it, not 5% of it, not 20% of it, not even 60% of it. We must own whatever it is that we create. We must own. We must own all of it. They done, what was it? A celebration to hip hop. Hip hop being 50 years old, right? Out of all of the artists, out of all of the hip hop artists that we've been listening to all our life, how many of them hip hop artists is rich today? How many of them hip hop artists are in debt? How many of them hip hop artists, even though we hear their records from 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, how many of them hip hop artists are receiving a dime off of their work, off of their music? See, it's something wrong with that. It's something wrong with that. How is it that others that don't look like you and I, how is it that they are able to come amongst us and get rich off of us? Right? But how come we can't go to them and get rich off of them? It's something wrong. It's something wrong. We love welcoming other people that don't look like us. We love welcoming them into what we got going on. But they don't welcome us into what they got going on. Somebody has been controlling us. I believe they call it the puppet master. Somebody has been controlling us. And someone is going to continue to control us. That's what Michael Jackson was fighting for. That's what Prince was fighting for. Whitney Houston. That's what all of our artists were fighting for. Ownership. Because once you sign your name on that dotted line, you done signed. You done sold your soul to the devil. We all grew up on that, so we all know what that is. Now, for the young folks, because it's a saying that the young folks use. The young folks say that they're not like the ancestors. These young folks today, when they do stuff, they say, we ain't like our ancestors. If y'all want to impress me as young folks, and y'all are right, y'all are not like y'all ancestors. But I'm going to tell you young folks, the same tricks that they used on your ancestors, it's the same tricks that they're using on y'all today. Do y'all own anything? See, that's the question for the young folks, for the YNs. What do y'all own? Do y'all even own y'all name? Do y'all even own y'all catalog? Do y'all own y'all royalties, publishing? What do y'all own? That neighborhood that y'all young folks is claiming, do y'all own them neighborhoods that y'all claiming? Everything that you young folks claim, do y'all own it? If y'all don't own it, y'all ain't no difference from the ancestors. Once upon a time, we did own. For the YNs, once upon a time, we did own. right? But our enemies came over and burnt down everything that we own. Our towns, our cities, our hospitals, our schools, barbershops, grocery stores. It wasn't just Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was Black Wall Street all over. But our enemies, which were angry white mobs of men, some women were a part of that mob as well. But angry white men came over on our side of the tracks and burnt it down. And then what was left, they found a way to cheat our ancestors out of the land. Whatever it is that was left, they found a way to cheat us out of it. Every chance I get, I have to speak. Every chance I get, I have to give history lessons. And this is history lessons. I'm not concerned about your people's history. I'm only concerned about my people's history. Just like you're not concerned about Black folks' history, Black folks ain't concerned about y'all history. And until we can own, see, when you don't know, sure, you'll say Black people, need to come together. Black people don't stick together when you don't know. But when you know, you'll know why Black people don't stick together. You'll know why Black people can't come together. It's a reason. It's a reason why we can't stick together. Because we got puppet masters in our community that run these plays to keep us distracted. The puppet masters, the culture vultures that's preys on our community, they run these plays to keep us arguing with each other, to keep us fighting with each other. What was the latest thing that we gave to them? Remember the versus battle. How many of y'all remember the versus battle? Remember when the artist is DMX versus Snoop, the Locks versus Dipsets? Y'all remember those versus battles that we created, that we came up with, right? What happened? Less than a year, we sold it. Less than a year, we sold it. We don't own nothing. These awards, we don't own them. Ice Cube started that basketball league. How many of us supported Ice Cube's basketball league? How many of us took the time to support Ice Cube's basketball league? Y'all know it's so messed up now that black people are on social media dragging other black people business. See, that's why you can't support black owned business. See, and black people expect, just because they black, they expect that we supposed to support them. Now, let me explain something to y'all about business 101 for all those black people that feel like when they do shop with black people are ignorant. When is the last time you took your funky ass in a non-black business and they didn't follow your funky ass around the store? When was the last time you took your funky ass in one of those non-black businesses, and they looked at your funky ass like heavy up and by. Do y'all know that the majority of the non-black business, do y'all realize they don't even want y'all money? They don't even want y'all in their establishment. But when you go to a black-owned business, and because you might have to pay a little extra, when you go in a black-owned business and they might be late, it's a reason why. All of the things that goes on in these black-owned businesses, it's a reason why the things happen in these black-owned business. Now, should they get a pass? Nah, they funky asses shouldn't get a pass. Let me put that in its proper perspective. So I don't want y'all funky ass black business owners to take my word and say, see, Shank Rock said that I can treat y'all like this. Nah, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, with these black-owned businesses, give them a chance. Give them a chance. Give them time. You give everybody else time when they come in our communities and set up shop. We give them time. You know, we quick to forgive non-blacks when they come in our community. We quick to make excuses for them, but we won't understand what our brothers and sisters is going through when they opening up these businesses. We don't understand. And that's why we're where we're at today. Because instead of us working together, instead of us building our own, we look at each other as competition. We look at each other as ops. I can't understand why another black person is your op, but non-blacks aren't your ops. Somebody make that make sense. Now, if we're going to do the ops, and we do got ops, but how come those that look just like you and I, how come they're ops, but those that don't look like you and I, that could give a damn about us, how come they ain't ops? They were out there rioting in LA, right? And we know who's out there rioting, right? But a non-black came on television and say that it's the blacks that's looting. It's not my people. When all you see on CNN, all you see on those news stations is those funky asses. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That's doing the looting and the riot. And those funky asses don't look a damn thing like us. But they had a nerve. That woman had a nerve to fix her mouth and say that it's the blacks that's looting. Y'all see just how much they care about us. Y'all see just how much they respect us. Every chance that they get to throw black people under the bus, they're going to throw us under the bus. And that's facts. Every opportunity they get, they throwing us under the bus, because it's been painted all over the world that black Americans are criminals. Black Americans are lazy. Black Americans don't take care of their families. I got news for y'all black women. Y'all black women is so quick to criticize black fathers, but the world, when the world looks at us, the world don't look at black men as being deadbeat dads. The world look at black men and women as being unable to take care of their families. Now I'm going to get back to GloRilla because I got a tendency of going off, but let's get back to GloRilla.
I don't want to cut my makeup off. First of all, I want to thank God. Y'all, I'm crying.
Now, this has been used by artists way before GloRilla's time. Now, this is how hypocritical we can be. Because whenever, even the gospel singers, but whenever black artists accept these awards, they always say, I want to thank God. Well, why is it okay for some artists to say they want to thank God, but not others to thank God? Can somebody help me understand that? Then there were quotes. They got things on Facebook how Kirk Franklin was upset, how Kirk Franklin didn't want to be there, how Kirk Franklin let the church down. Let me grab some comments. They look at us as a whole. Facts. Facts. I'm at home. I'm not moving for people who don't respect us. And that's the whole piece that we missing. We got problems. We do have problems. We got issues. But we got to learn to work out our issues. Amazing Beautiful says, thought this was a good topic. We got to work out our issues because nobody's coming to save us. They're not. They're not. I even see young people disrespecting Harriet Tubman. There's a post going around that Harriet Tubman was a CIA. Harriet Tubman worked it for the slave masters. All of our elders that fought for us. The young folks have came along and now they're trying to discredit everything that our ancestors fought for and established. You mean to tell me y'all are that ignorant to discredit Harriet Tubman? You mean to tell me that you don't know nothing? Because for 1 second, if you think that I'm going to allow anybody to discredit Harriet Tubman without standing up for Harriet Tubman and telling y'all the greatness of Harriet Tubman, he's a funky ass. Salute, Leslie. I don't see Mexican or Asian be out there protesting with us when we having issues. Facts. Facts. I remember the pic that Sexy Red did with Martin Luther King went viral as disrespectful. Her pic was disrespectful in my opinion. And I've done a demonstration on that. Salute, Cotan. RH says, I just wanted to stop through and show some love. Appreciate you for pulling up, RH. So now, the young folks, some of them, want to discredit Harriet Tubman, talking about how Harriet Tubman was an agent. In my opinion, if it wasn't for Harriet Tubman, we wouldn't have got freed. because Harriet Tubman freed a lot of us. And as she said, I could have freed a lot more if they would have knew that they were slaves. The Underground Railroad, that's Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman freed thousands of slaves. So you mean to tell me she freed the slaves, but she was an agent? The stuff that these YNs come up with, I'm all for respecting the young folks. I'm all for listening to them because they do make some good points. But when they don't make a good point, I got to step in. For anybody to feel like Harriet Tubman was an agent, you really need to go back and backtrack and really, really learn what she done. They try to discredit Martin Luther King. They try to discredit the Black Panthers. They try to discredit Elijah Muhammad. They are now even trying to discredit Malcolm X. Caller says the illegal immigrants think that we should be protesting with them. They mad. Yeah, they mad as hell. But Black people, this is not our fight. It's not. See, whenever Black people want to fight, whenever Black people stand up, it's always, and it's not just from white folks. It's from all nationality besides Blacks. All of y'all do that. When we stand up, y'all always say, y'all Black people need to get over slavery. Y'all Black people are always using the race card. Oh, y'all Black people are lazy. Oh, y'all Black people this. I've heard that some of those nationalities are more racist towards Blacks than white people. I've heard that. When it comes to being racist towards Blacks, y'all know who I'm talking about. Let's put everything in its proper perspective, y'all. Y'all don't like Black people. Y'all only tolerate Black people. Y'all love our music. Y'all love us when we entertaining. Y'all love us when we playing sports. Y'all love us. But outside of entertainment, outside of sports, y'all don't like us. Y'all don't like us. And I respect you if you just be straight up with it. Y'all don't like Black people. Y'all don't like Black people. And I got news for all of the melanated people around the world. See, oh, that's what they do in America. The Nigerians. Aren't y'all having problems with non-Nigerians? The Ethiopians, y'all are the worstest when it comes to racism towards Black people. Ethiopians can't stand Black Americans. They can't, none of them. I ain't met an Ethiopian that got love for Black Americans. They can't stand us. Always talking about those Black Americans. Why do y'all do that when y'all ain't no better than Black Americans? Y'all getting ran out of your own countries. Non-Blacks come to y'all country and disrespect y'all. But y'all always quick to talk about us. But y'all come to this country and y'all benefit off of the civil rights. Everybody come to this country and benefit off of the civil rights. Ethiopia ain't gonna marry a Black American man. It might get a Black American woman, but a Ethiopia woman She ain't gonna marry a black American man. And if she do, she ain't gonna take him around the family. But everything, all the influences that the world gravitate off of is black Americans. The whole world gravitates off of black Americans.
I want to thank God. I want to thank my team, my mama, yo, Gotti, the biggest CEO, my manager, my family, everybody that supported me. Thank y'all. Y'all, I don't know what to say. Let's go.
Now, GloRilla won a BET award. She thanked God in the beginning, Max. Let me run her whole speech. Well, not the whole speech, but she did thank God.
I don't want to cut my makeup off. First of all, I want to thank God. Y'all, I'm crying. I want to thank God. I want to thank my team, my mama, yo, Gotti, the biggest CEO, my manager, my family, everybody that supported me. Thank y'all. Y'all, I don't know what to say. Let's go.
So she did thank God. Let me grab some comments, y'all. You speaking on truth, Shank? I won't never protest with no race but mine. We're hated by everyone. Unfortunately, what happened? Shank speak. She ain't thank God, though. StreamYard must be acting up again. Yeah, StreamYard stays acting up. But I wanted to do this demonstration. My bad, I missed it, Shank. No, you good. It's many gods. Y'all better know that. I wanted to do this demonstration because you can look at this in a lot of different ways. You know, what's the name of Glo gospel song? It's her and Kirk Franklin. If anybody can put that name of GloRilla and Kirk Franklin's song down there in the chat. If not, give me a minute, caller, and I will get to it. Can you guys see Shank or hear him, or is it just me? Let me come up. Can you see me now? Can you see me now? Now, from a gospel artist perspective, this could be disrespectful. And some of the gospel artists were saying that how is it that an artist that's not considered to be a gospel artist, how is it that that artist won over an actual gospel artist? And give me a minute, y'all. Give me a minute. All right, so here's the song. GloRilla and Kirk Franklin, Rain Down on Me. She said she was scared to ask him for a feature because the kind of music she does, she was surprised he did it. Right, Saja? Now, and see, with me, like, I've always liked the Kirk Franklin because I understood it. Like I said, when Kirk Franklin made that connection with gospel music and hip hop, I understood it. You know, I understood it. Like sometimes as people, sometimes we can sit so high up that if the people don't measure up to how we feel they should measure up, sometimes, you know, we, you know, shy away from that individual. So with Kirk didn't shy away from GloRilla because I know Kirk felt like, hey, I was once there before. So I'm going to help this sister. I'm going to help this sister. And maybe, like I said, maybe this a divine intervention by God rain down on me. I'm coming, y'all. I don't see nothing wrong with her thanking God. She believe in him and feel like if it wasn't for him, many people get the money and forget to thank. I agree with you. I agree with you. I wouldn't say all Ethiopian as a whole because I have a lot of Ethiopia and Eritrean friends. We've been friends for many years. Okay, appreciate you, babe. Appreciate you, babe. I did content on this. Make sure y'all go check out John Knight's content. Let me see. My daughter is married to an Ethiopian. Salute Shank, brother. Great topic. Salute Alicia. And I'm going to be giving out some moderator wrenches. If I give you a moderator wrench, and if you don't want the moderator wrench, just let me know and I'll take it back. My grandson is Ethiopian and black. I feel like some of y'all been rocking with me, you know, long enough. And I feel like, you know, some of y'all will make good moderators. So when I give you the wrench, if you don't want the wrench, just say, Shank, I prefer not to be a moderator. But give me a minute, y'all. CA says, okay, because my daughter is married to an Ethiopian man. And maybe I was wrong about Ethiopians. You know, maybe I was wrong. And if I was wrong, you know, it's no problem. I'll apologize. But I just know how non-blacks, I know how they feel about us. You know, and it's a strong feeling, the way that they feel about us. And especially those blacks from other countries. I don't know what to think, Shank. Have to find our way to Jehovah. Shout out to all my Jehovah Witness people. China is sending the Africans out of China. The family loves us. They live in Minnesota. Shout out to those Ethiopians that aren't racist towards blacks. Yes, I've came across Nigerians that feel we are lazy, especially our black men. Yeah, yes. I mean, and you when you get the opportunity to let them know what we've been through and what we continue to go through, and see, they think that we can just snap our fingers and make things different, make things better. But when you have a system, when you have a government that gets paid, government officials get paid millions of dollars to keep us down, when you got a system that you're living under, when you got a system that's trained to keep you down, it makes it a little bit more harder for us compared to those that come to this country and the system is not set on keeping them down. It's a big difference. Yes, they doesn't like us. That's the reason I won't let them braid my hair. It's a big difference. Like I said, go back to when we got out of bondage. Go back to the early 1900s. We had it going on all over. Like I said, It wasn't just Black Wall Street down there in Oklahoma. It was Black Street all over. Because remember, we were segregated. You got to remember we were segregated. See, when you do your homework on this country, when you look at the contributions that Black Americans brought to this country, let's start with the Black woman. Let's start with the Black woman. Do you realize how many families, do y'all realize how many white families that the Black woman raised? Let me explain something to those white folks that are up in age and are still racist towards Black people. Let me teach y'all funky asses something. Do y'all realize that the majority of y'all funky asses was breastfed by a Black woman? Let the church say amen. And if I'm lying about that, somebody please correct me. So for any of y'all funky asses that's up in age to be prejudiced and racist towards Blacks, if it wasn't for that Black woman, y'all funky asses wouldn't have survived. The Black woman raised y'all. This is facts. See, it's too easy. When you know, it's too easy for me and any of us that knows. I can bring anybody down there from my chat. I can get anybody that's on the replay gang that's watching me. I can bring any of y'all up here and I can let y'all speak. And y'all gonna speak the same that Shank speaking because we know. We know. But y'all still have y'all foot on our necks. Y'all still, to this day, 2025, y'all still don't want to see us get ahead. But the Black woman, she raised y'all. Who was the midwife? Yes or no? Not only did the Black woman breastfeed y'all funky asses, it was the Black woman that brought y'all funky asses out of that funky ass womb into this world. Don't talk. See, it's too easy. It's too easy. So don't talk to me about, man, won't y'all stop talking about racism? See, it's too easy. We'll stop talking about racism when y'all put an end to racism. How about that? How about that? You really want to stop racism? Morgan Freeman was wrong about that. To say you want to stop racism, stop talking about it. Negative. You want to stop racism, Morgan Freeman, with your funky ass. You go to those friends of yours and you tell them, help us fight and destroy racism with your funky ass. I'm so tired of these funky ass people. I'm so tired of these funky ass people. Always trying to tell us that we are wrong. We wrong to be fighting for this. We wrong to be fighting for that. We wrong. Because what they really mean is y'all funky asses need to stay in y'all place. That's what they really want to say. So don't get it twisted. These awards, we don't make the decisions. We don't make the decisions on nothing. We don't even make the decisions on the food that come into our neighborhoods. We don't know what's being fed to us. We can't do nothing. And just like the Black woman breastfed y'all funky asses, just like the Black woman brought y'all funky asses into this world out of that funky ass womb that was housing y'all, the Black man was fighting in those wars with y'all funky asses. And those wars didn't have nothing to do with us. And then when the black men came back from fighting, right? How did those black soldiers get treated? How did we get treated? No matter what we've done in this country, we continue to be treated like slaves. No matter what we do, we don't own nothing. We don't own nothing. Fact, Shank. This is the truth. This is what they started and is still doing. That's crazy. Black women were straight up doctors out here delivering babies. Delivering a bunch of funky ass babies at that. How you like that? Now put that in your pipe and smoke it. Some funky ass babies that will grow up one day and keep the people of these black women, along with black women, keep them down. That's cold. That's cold. So be careful. Be careful when you talk about black women. I know they ignorant as hell. I know. I know they ratchet as hell. I know. And I know some of the black women are some of the most funky ass people in this world. I know. I know. I know. But be careful. Be careful. And understand. John Tate says, my babies wasn't funky. Be careful. See, y'all making me, y'all doing this to me. Y'all doing this to me. Let's go, Shank. Still no respect. Well, when we have the black folks with money say, well, I don't experience racism, I'm doing fine, like the Lil Waynes of the world, we're not going to be respected. Facts. That's facts. That's facts. Especially if you show any aggression, then now you label as angry black man. Preach, Shank. Exactly. Yes, we do, Shank. Or what type of liquor they sell out of the liquors that's on every corners, along with all the pimp houses they call churches all through our neighborhoods, but yet so many hungry families. Exactly. Exactly. Shank, my babies wasn't funky. If you was breastfeeding, you know who I'm talking about. I gotta be careful because you know they're striking, but you know the babies I'm talking about, not your babies. I'm talking about those funky ass babies from them other folks that black women was breastfeeding. You know what I'm talking about, John Tay. That's facts of facts. They know we are the chosen people. Now, some of them acknowledge it. Exactly. Thank you. I just feel as certain people is what they've been through in their lives that makes them that way. I had several families of different. I look at life as being cultural divide. Exactly. What did Ali say? I'm not fighting no white man war. Facts. And the black man came back here and got treated like ish. Y'all don't know our struggle. What do you think Kendrick Lamar's They Not Like Us was about? They not like us. Y'all don't have a clue. Well, it ain't y'all, Shank. That was stuff that happened, hundreds and 200 and 300 years ago. And you're absolutely right. But the trauma that happened 300, 400, 200, hundreds of years ago, that trauma was passed down to us. Huh? You do know that, right? The trauma, what they went through was passed down to us. I believe you call it generational curse. You right, Shank. We don't own anything, not even our last name. You preaching diversity. Oh, we know. Okay, I do. I'm playing. I like when you say fun. Oh, that's what it is. Everybody likes when Shank says funky ass. Everybody likes that. Shout out to all of the funky asses that like it when Shank say funky ass. My son is married to a Caucasian woman. I have a totally diverse family. Yes, you do, CH. You got everybody in your family. God damn. But as long as you all are happy, as long as you all make it work, I'm for that. I'm for that. If you all can make it work, I'm for that. Caller says yes. If you would like to support the channel, my Cash App is $ERICMCINT. Unfortunately, I have to ask for donations. Other content creators don't have to. That's fine. But Shank Rock has to, because this is my job. And if you are one of those funky ass subscribers that feel like I shouldn't be asking for donations, then you need to take your funky ass somewhere else. Because as long as I come before y'all, I'm going to ask for cash apps, super stickers, super chats, and memberships. If you got a problem, get your funky ass up out of here. Shank, they missed it. They ain't like us. That song is so deep, just like the movie Sinners. Yes. Me and Miss Parker went to see Sinners. That's and Max. It's right there. Shout out to the director, the producer. Shout out to the actors. That movie Sinners tells it all. You know what I mean? It tells it all. I ain't gonna hold y'all that much longer. Salute, Dragon. We all have experienced trauma, but you don't have to stay in it. Understood, Shank. Salute, Sheik. John Tate says, I'll become a member on the 25th, but I hit the like button, though. And that's cool. It's not, and it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory that you support me. But, you know, I do have to let everybody know how to support me, because some love to support me. And like you, John Tate, some say, Shank, don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. I get paid, you know, on the 25th. But then some of they funky asses, not you, John Tate, some of those funky asses be running plays on Shank Rock, because some of those funky ass subscribers been using the same excuse for the last 3 years. Some of my funky ass subscribers ain't even give me $1 with they funky ass. Yeah, Shank, I get paid next week. Your funky ass has been saying your funky ass was going to support me for the last 3 years. And they still use that excuse. And I be just scratching my head like, don't her funky ass or don't his funky ass know that I got a notebook up here that I write down every time they say that? Nah, you deserve it, Shank. Appreciate you. Positive vibes, what you down there laughing for? Positive vibes get ready to start roasting me. I already know that. Whenever positive vibes show up, she getting ready to start roasting me. Shank Rock definitely deserves it. Appreciate you. I see through you. I'm not gonna hold y'all that much longer, but when it comes to these awards, and I'm gonna close out speaking on the awards. When it comes to these awards, we gotta understand who it is that's pulling these strings. and they'll let certain people win awards for reasons. So we got to be careful. I want everybody to be careful. And this message is for the young folks, because our time is up. But this message is for the young folks. We gotta own. We gotta be in ownership. And that's the only way we'll come out of this. That's the only way we'll come out of this. Don't let them use the same tricks that they used on us. Whatever it is that you bring to the table, you want to own it. Whatever it is, you want to own it. Don't let them talk money. Don't let them tell you what they're going to do. You read what's in that contract and you make sure you own it. You let them get a percentage off of what you own. Don't let them own it and give you a percentage. They pimping you. That's pimping. That's like taking a hoe. Now, the hoe got the kitty cat. The hoe got the mouthpiece. The hoe is the one that's out there that's putting in the work. The hoe is out there servicing the trick. And then the hoe bring the money back to pimping. So you got to consider yourself as a hoe, because whether you consider yourself as a hoe or not, that's how the industry looks at you. That's how the industry uses you. You a hoe, and they're going to treat you like a hoe. But you got to let the industry know, if I'm going to be a hoe, I'm going to be a rich hoe. I ain't going to be no broke hoe. And that's all I'm saying. Don't let them pimp y'all out. They making millions and millions of dollars while you making crumbs, feeding poison to your community. You turn on any of those non-black radio stations, turn on their radio stations. You ain't going to hear the music that you hear on our radio stations. You ain't going to hear that music. You ain't going to hear it. So I do feel like GloRilla, I feel like she did earn this. I feel like she earned this title. I mean, I feel like she earned the award. And I'm thinking that this award of her winning is going to open up more doors for her. I'm going to read a couple more comments, then we're going to get out of here. Don't give up, Shank. It's coming, not plays. The one that sells their souls, your people. I forget what black leader said it, but he said black people don't read. They just sign their life away. And that's facts, Carla. We just sign our life away. We want the cars. We want the jewelry. We want the women. We want all of the above. We want all of the above. Facts. Prayfully, she wasn't tricked. Thank you. I do, and I love it. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Salute. I'll leave the chat running, and you all can hang around. Salute, everybody.
want to cut my makeup off. First of all, I want to thank God. Y'all, I'm crying. I want to thank God. I want to thank my team, my mama. Yo, God is the biggest CEO. My manager, my family, everybody that supported me. Thank y'all. Y'all, I don't know what to say. Let's go.